Oh. Oh, you got sound, Patrick. Oh, you got sound, Patrick. Awesome. Okay, so what I want to do is put up Canva. What's up, guys? Hold on, let me put Canva up to remind me to do my thumbnail after because I didn't do it. That kind of helps me out a little bit. Got my water, coffee. We are good to Gizzo. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I'm your host, Leticia Yopa. If you guys haven't already joined the fam, please make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button, click the bell right next to it. Ding! That way you guys don't miss out on our energy updates every time I go live. So happy Gemini season. It is here. I can roll with Gemini energy because my Venus is in Aquarius, air energy anyways. I love mental stimulation. So this is the season. So if you guys are new here, what I'm going to do is actually tap into the intro. The intro is where I will timestamp everything as well, that you guys can refer back to it. So as far as the intro, I'm letting you know what's going on. So throughout the video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about, of course, Gemini season. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the collective energy. What we're going to be, I should say, what to kind of look out for, what to expect, how to roll with the punches, and also alchemize your own energy as well. So the positive and the negative with that, right? And then also I'm going to talk about the moon is still in Cancer, chilling before it hits to Leo. Okay, so we're going to talk about moon in Cancer a little bit here. And then I'm going to break down each zodiac sign as far as how this will play out for you. It can be your sun, moon, rising, however you want to pertain it. You know, during Gemini season, okay? And then I'm going to go into, should I do that first or after? And then I'm going to go into the aspects. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do the aspects first. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the aspects first. It just only makes sense because we got a lot of squares, we got a lot of opposing energy, some major things that I kind of want to bring up. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that segment. I keep all my notes in line so I know what I'm talking about, so that way we can kind of stay focused here, you guys. And then I'll do that because I'm gonna pull cards today. I didn't get to pull cards yesterday, so I'm gonna pull some cards today for you guys towards the end of the video, though. You know what? I might even bust out the wheel, but I'm gonna do a collective energy. Normally, those are just, when I use these tools, it's just confirmation of all the energy that's already kind of playing out and how we can play with it so we don't get played. Ow! Right? All right. So boom, bam, pow. So that's how we're gonna do it. That's the segment, program, show for today, you guys. So like I said, happy Gemini season. You know, I love my Geminis. Okay, I grew up with Geminis. You know, can we change the rep on Geminis, please? Because I'm sick of hearing the negative side of it. We all have a shadow side. All of us do. You know, I'm here to maybe change your mind, plant a new seed. All right, we did have just a new moon, so we're playing on that new moon energy, plant some new seeds. So we have Gemini season is here, you guys, until June 20th. Okay, June 20th. So Gemini is a mutable sign. It is ruled by the planet of Mercury. Let me take a sip, please. Thank you. It's ruled by the planet of Mercury, which is, Mercury rules communication. It rules the third house energy, just so you guys are aware. So this is where we gain a little bit of intellect. We get curious. This is where it's time to be a little versatile within this season. This is a perfect segue to what we're about to really dive deep and tap into. If you don't listen to anything on my channels, just please pay attention to where Pluto is playing out, transiting in your house, okay? Because that's a 20-year bed you gotta lay in. So, anywho, You know, this is all about being knowledgeable, being resourceful right now, staying active as far as Gemini can be a little restless kind of an energy. We just had Mars and Leo. I just did that video yesterday. Today's Mars Day. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing red. So check out that video as well, because that's planet of action, right? How we're going to take action, or how we should be taking action if you want to alchemize the energy and play things out. Because you got to kind of put everything together, you guys. That way you know how should I say this? When certain aspects are playing out and certain transits that we're going through, if it's not so favorable, you can learn how to play with something else, or another sign or zodiac energy, or wherever your rising is at from another planet, right? Wherever that planet's playing out for you, you can learn to kind of move things around so that you can make the planet work for you. You know, you can make the energy work for you. Alchemy. Anywho, so that's why I'm here. So with this energy, Gemini brings, you know, kind of our talents and skills to the forefront in a sense, or if you're tapping into that to be a little bit more adventurous, kind of get out there, you know. Gemini, like I said, is the ruling planet of Mercury, which is communication. So it's all about really being, some Geminis can be it's a literal kind of an energy, like the things that you say, okay? Especially if we're in the universal year of 7, the things that you say, 7 equals a masculine number of spirituality as well. Universally, we're all kind of going through that. So the things that you say, the things that come out of your mouth can manifest like that. Or however you believe in your mind, you know, you believe that you can achieve something, that's what's going to happen. If you don't, they're going to show you that you can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's you got to be, in Gemini season, very curious, but also super informative too. That way you can stay active and face these challenges head on, and you can change them. You can be, this is a clever kind of a wordsmith energy to play with right now, okay? To express yourself, or to be funny and humorous and just extra vibrant. So, like I said, it's all about, think of Gemini season as communication and networking, okay? So you might want to switch up your scenery. You know, you might want to, like I said, open a book and educate yourself and learn something from the unexpected. What do you mean by that, Tisha? Well, you might have tapped into somebody or found somebody online. You know, you might have stumbled across my video and was like, you know what? Oh, I always kind of wanted to know that. And she's really breaking it down real good. I'm going to pay attention. You know, tapping into the unexpected to learn a little bit more, to figure out where it is that you want to go as far as traveling internally or externally within your life experiences, okay? Meaning like you can go astro travel or move into a different chakra in your body. And not like actual physical travel, or it can be aka physical travel going outside, maybe to another country, another city, state. It could be both, right? So where do you want to travel to? But this is the energy, you know, maybe talk to new people, meet new faces, new places, knowing also too that not everything needs a response. Okay, you have to be real careful. I'm gonna do the flip side of this too, because you got to know the flip side, because you got to know how to play the energies and what to look out for as well. So this kind of in essence is, like I said, mental stimulation. As I said that, I got a little ting in my brain. Ooh, that felt kind of good. So sharing information, right? This is where people can be wordsmiths. They can talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? Very clever with your words, or either you're that person or someone could be that with you. I always like to call it pimp talk. Like, you know, back then, because I grew up in the hood, so it's kind of like, you know, I grew up where people were just they had their own lingo, their own words, their own way of coming up with something, their own dictionary pretty much. And so you got to be able to learn how to decipher all of that. And me growing up, having street smarts, I was able to do that. Like somebody actually talking real bad about you, or about the next person that's there. Like, say for example, we just came from the club and some guys offered us to go over there to their house and kick it or have a couple of beers or whatever. So we go over there and then they're talking amongst themselves, but they're talking in front of us. I would decipher. I'm like, dude, this guy just talked hell ahead about you and you still want to go in, you know, and do the thing with him? Are you tripping? I'm about to cut out. I'm about to leave. You coming or going? And they're not even going to know. They don't even know like what they just said. So the wordsmith kind of an energy, pimp talk, right? So people can be that. So you can kind of use this energy to your advantage. If you are a wordsmith, you can talk a real good game to get yourself in high places and situations. That way it can work in your favor as far as your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So that you can find answers for whatever that you have going on and really that can help you to be amongst everybody else. And I feel like imagination is the name of the game. Really thinking of those things. Gemini energy can also cause people to stay focused on one task. Like if you really know how to play this energy. Whoa. If you can, as I say that, I'm like, whoa. Don't mind me. I like nature, so I would pay attention because the window's right here. So, you know, this can have you stay focused on one task at a time. That way you're able to achieve the things that you want to achieve and get things done in a timely manner. You know what I'm saying? And that way you can attract the abundance that you want to see and play out in your life. Okay, so I really liked Gemini energy. Also, too, many of us can receive downloads, uploads, channeling, whatever you want to call it, if, you know, you have unblocked chakras and you're really tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. Now, as far as Geminis right now, like just off rip, when I was doing meditation for you guys, I felt the need for you guys to, in this time period, you need like space. Like you want to go out, of course, and celebrate and have fun. It's your season, but I feel like you guys are going to come out brand new in a different way. This is like kind of cocoon going to butterfly kind of an energy. Because a lot of the Geminis that I know, they're all kind of like in their own world. Like some are just, for the most part, ducked off working on something. Some are actually dealing with personal real life situations where people have transitioned or things have been ripped away from them because of that, you know, that eclipse energy that we had. And then now here we're going to new moon. Now it's like trying to figure out what to do now, how to move forward kind of an energy. So some people are kind of like in the cut as far as the Geminis that I know. They're either figuring stuff out, how to come back to the light slowly but surely, or they're working on something and they're about to be boom, bam, pow, and in your face with it. So I feel like, you know, it could be from irritating energy, like figuring things out, like the truth coming to the light as far as certain situations, people, places, and things that you're finding out about. Now it's like, okay, I gotta try and I'm gonna have to move over or move out the way and pave my own path. So I feel like that's kind of the spread, but I'm going to do a spread for you guys and really tap in. But for the most part, you guys are definitely, this is your season, so it's going to be highlighted for you, of course, and I'll tap in a little bit later. So as far as, you know, the positive aspects of it being in a Gemini season as far as self, right? Because, you know, I always like to refer things back to you guys as far as Gemini season. This is going to be increased energy as far as being a little bit more curious, right? Like I said, you might get a mentor, you might read a book, you might tap into a course to learn something, either just for your own personal sake or to learn a skill set of something that's going to help you bring something to the community that you can help other people, okay? You can bring awareness in some form or fashion to help somebody else. Excuse me. I feel like this is going to bring that... it's going to bring the WD-40 to the mental part of our brain here. We're going to be really thinking and pondering. But we've got to make sure we take action, which is great because Mars just went into Leo. So it's going to, you see how the sandwich kind of works there? So this is going to be a time for more learning, being able to express yourself, whether that's utilizing your throat chakra, if you're a songwriter, what you call it, a motivational speaker, you know, a singer, something utilizing your throat, a coach, whatever it is you want to call it, or even just talking amongst your family, friends, and your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be, this is a time to be a little bit more open to that, okay? So this can bring new ideas, okay? Gemini season, new ideas. Remember, ruling planet is Mercury, planet of communication, and Mercury's in Taurus right now, so it's causing us to really think of you know, the material world of things, right? Really thinking about what are the things that we want to carry out in life as far as bringing in the stability, bringing home the bacon. You know what I'm saying? Making things work for us in our favor if you play with the energy that way. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm here. So, you know, having those intellectual pursuits. Like I said, as far as even the love factor, like my Venus is in Aquarius, so I really like a good person, like a good get, like they could really talk about stars, moons, and quasars, and I can really go there for hours, and that's like, oh, like I'm already wet just like that, like not even touch. You don't even have to touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what just gets me. If you really use this, you can teach me something. I can learn from it. I'm just like woohoo! Like, yes, and you know what you're talking about, and you sane, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So that's that mental stimulation, mental orgasm season that we're in right now. Intellectually speaking, okay, YouTube. So this can be very beneficial for all of us to really express ourselves, to converse with other people, up our communication skills. Like for me, my Mercury's in Pisces, so I can really use Gemini season right now, especially because I go live every goddamn day. You know what I mean? I'm always growing and learning on ways. Some people say I talk too fast. Some people say they love that I talk fast. Some people say they can't really grasp the ideas. Some people say they can. You know, I can't please everybody, but I'm just here to really help myself as far as the communication, making sure the information that's coming up from here, I can, you know, like say it in a way to where you guys can understand it and be relatable with the content that I create for you guys. Okay, so I can bring the message down. I'm a Pisces, so sometimes like I have so much up here, it's hard to find the English words to break it down so that you guys can understand my visions and the channeling that I receive. You know what I'm saying? So that's something me as a personal pursuit for me during Gemini season on how I need to express myself. Acquiring some new knowledge, or like I said, gaining a little bit of skills. As far as the relationship sector here, we do have Venus 17 degrees in Cancer, so we can be very social when it comes to any ship that we're sailing, business partnership, situationship, side piece ship, you know, whatever kind of ship you got going on. Gemini likes to converse, right, and communicate. So during Gemini season, social connections are going to be a theme. Oh, I'm sorry. I just have cat hair somewhere. Gotti. I was playing with him before I came on live. So social connections and building those relationships right now can be a thing. Now, especially Venus is in Cancer, which is a water energy, which is more like, more a little bit of a loving on the water side, right? And Venus is all about love, but also money too, and relationships. So you kind of can correlate, and this is how you can kind of mix the energies together and create your own chemistry and alchemize energy and know where it's playing out in certain houses for you, what's going to be super prominent. This is how you can use all of it together. It's not just one thing that's happening. There's a multitude of things that are happening right now. But right now we're just focusing on Gemini season. So as far as the relationships goes, this is where we can build new connections. Like if you have something going on with the house of relationships, 7, 8, even 5, 11, you know what I'm saying? Like this is more extra prominent for you during this time. You know what I mean? Depending on what planet you have there. So, but for all of us as a collective, some of us may have new friendships. We might get new business partnerships or romantic connections right now at this time. I know Venus is going to have some energy going on, but as the videos go out, guys, I'm going to be talking about it, the aspects of Venus. Let me see right now if there's anything. So yeah, boom, Venus is sextiling Uranus right now as I'm talking, but I'm not going to go into the aspects right now, but just know sextiles are good. I am so irritated with this in my eyeball. Hold on. Oh God. You got to know that sextiles are good. I need a mirror. Where's a mirror? I don't even like mirrors, but where's one when you need one? It's okay. We're going to get through it. So as far as now, you know, Gemini season with the money, like I said, its ruling planet is in Taurus. We're all going to be talking about how can we be versatile? How can we mix it up? How can we be unique? How can we be authentic? How can we bring something new to the table and not be like TikTok, how you see everybody copying the same trending videos, the same dances, just repeating everything over and over? How can we bring something new to the forefront that we all want to dive into, and that we can go forward, that we can go towards? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the name of the game. You know, in mix of that, you want to be able to be adaptable as well during Gemini season. Now, as far as, you know, with your money, you want to have a positive influence on your money, right? In your financial matters. So this season is going to really inspire everybody to explore maybe new ways of making money. So let's say, for example, a lot of entrepreneurs are born during Gemini season because it's an air sign. I would say pretty much all air seasons, like Aquarius definitely, and even Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? Like the earth signs. This is why it's happening. Earth and air is like money making seasons, I feel like. Like, man, we got some strong, whether you're male or female. It's entrepreneurs or CEO, big dick energy coming out in air signs and earth signs. It's just the name of the game, because earth signs are like the material games of it, and then like the air signs are like the brains of the operation. You know what I'm saying? Think of it like that. So you could really be in the energy of being the brains of something, creating something, utilizing this to get what you want. Since its ruling planet is in an earth sign. You see how this correlates and makes sense? I'm just really trying to bring the clarity. So new sources of income, you guys can definitely figure out how you're going to create new financial strategies right now. So this could be whoever you're talking to. This is going to be very important. The people that you're conversing with can make a world of a difference to where your mind is stimulated, to where you can come up with new ideas and be innovative, okay? To whatever you're passionate about, whatever you value. That's like Venus literally sextiling Uranus. You know, so that you can kind of think outside of the box and then actually act on it, Mars and Leo. You see how like all of this correlates, right? So this is how you make the planets work for you, period. That way you can, you know, bring home the bacon, have freedom, have more experiences or even better experiences, and just have more choices in life to do the things that you want to do, right? That only makes sense. So a lot of us are going to be experiencing, you know, maybe investing our time and energy into different things now. If you're more in your head, you've been thinking, yeah, I don't know, they've been on some whack shit. Like they haven't been talking about nothing that I want to talk about. They're not even going anywhere. They're not doing anything. You're going to maybe probably move away from that because you want to be mentally stimulated at this time. So you're going to be wanting to learn from somebody or teach someone something. Oh, let me open this window. Or be with other people. Oh, be amongst other people that can give you a sense of clarity. So you're not the only one. It's not like a one-man band. This is kind of the energy to where you want to get out there and talk with people, get to know people. You might need a team to carry out your big dream. You know that saying where they always say you're not dreaming big enough. Your dream is not big enough if you don't need a team. Okay, because you can't do everything by yourself. There's some way, like somebody contributed something to your success. That whole self-made shit is bullshit to me. That's just my opinion, though. That's just me. Y'all can argue if you want to about that. There's some form or fashion somebody got help from someone or something to get to where they're at right now at a successful rate. Okay, so communication skills are going to really come into play. We're going to be able to negotiate, you know, with other people. Let's say, for example, you know, hey, I can help you design your channel, or this is the content that I can bring, and the other person's like, okay, well, this is what I can bring, and then maybe I can have you on every Sunday since it's my podcast, and we can, you know, talk amongst one another and bring on your people, I bring on my audience, we can kind of come together. You know what I mean? Like some things like that. You can collab here, negotiate deals, and, you know, that are favorable for both parties. This is kind of the time to open up. So if you've been a person that's more introverted, it's kind of forcing that change. So in Gemini season, it may be forcing you to speak, to meet people, go new places, really speak your mind, talk about what the things that you want to accomplish. You may need a push or assistance from other people as well, okay? Because you got to remember, in the past life, for Geminis, past life, they were the people that were gossiping as if they shit didn't stink, okay? They only talked about surface level shit. So you got to kind of watch out for that too, superficial type of topics and things of that nature. So they weren't able to focus or commit to anything in their past life. So this past life, or they weren't able to talk to other people to get to where they needed to go, okay? So, you know, they struggled with speaking out. Okay, that you got to always think of the opposite, which is the past life energy of that zodiac sign. It's always the opposite. They were overthinking, they couldn't speak out. So now in this case, we got to do the opposite, right? So in general, do everything the opposite, right? To get the things that you want, okay? And not be in your head about it. Actually play it out in 3D in real life, okay? So like I said, there's always a negative and a positive. So think of that past life kind of an energy. Some people are still kind of carrying that out. Okay, if it's a lower octave kind of a Gemini, you might be a person that it, like I said, is you could be talking to people in a negative way. You could be on that gossip. Some people are gossiping about other people every single day. You know, Gemini, there's that duality, right? So that's why I have to bring it up for sure. That could be a very indecisive kind of energy, someone that's super restless. They don't know what to do, where they're going, what's going on. They're all over the place. So it's like a scattered mind, and a confused mind does what? Nothing. So you have to be careful of that energy too. If you're around people who are like that, or if you're the person doing that, you want to do the opposite, right? You don't want to be gossiping about that stuff, because like I said, the things that you say can probably manifest you into certain situations. It's all about what are you thinking about the most, Mercury energy, and then what are you conversing, what are you communicating, what are you talking about, what are you thinking about, because it's going to come and play out in real life, and you're going to be in some jacked up situations. So you got to be real careful, you know, with the things that you're saying, the conversations that you're having, the people that you're talking to. Okay, so you know, this can be a challenging area for some people, a challenging season. That's why if you hear people say, I don't like Geminis, because it's something challenging that they see in that Gemini. You know, if you don't like a Gemini, it's because there's something within them that you don't like about your goddamn self, to be honest. If you want to keep it real, keep it a whole buck. Okay? Why is it that you're hating on that Gemini? It's something that you need to work on, pretty much. Okay? I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that's just an example. Oh, this is so annoying. So this can be this can be very challenging for some to really focus on something. And like I said, this season is to bring us to focus on your endeavors and your creative outlets that you have going on for yourself, to bring that vision to reality, right? So if you're playing this in the opposite, or you have people that are around in the opposite, maybe try and get their gears going the other way. If someone calls you about gossip, change the conversation. Okay? Like, this is how you can work with it, because you know what to expect, and this is with the energy that they're playing out. You know, this is where we can create concrete decisions in in Gemini season, and then act on it using the Mars and Leo energy, right? So, you know, if you see that someone is lacking direction or they're frustrated, you can either go left, or if it's someone that you love, you care about, whatever, you want to see them do well, you know, it's a little like tiff or rift that they're dealing with right now, maybe you can kind of help them out and get them out of that. So you know what, screw them, let's do this, let's go here, you know what I'm saying? What ideas are we sparking? What's going on? Turn that pain into pleasure, you know? Write a book about it, you know, do a podcast about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell them how to really, like, you know, mix up this energy, use it to their advantage instead of just letting it just be in this negative energy. You don't want that, especially with relationships. Gemini is a social kind of an energy, you know, and so with all these changes that are going on right now, it can be very unpredictable what's coming outside of somebody's goddamn neck. Okay. So especially we have Moon in Cancer right now. Oh my God, very emotional, right? And then how Saturn is in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces, how that's playing out. People be in la la land and then acting as if something is so grim when it's really not, and they don't even know it, they don't realize it. Every planet has its own thing that it's playing out right now. So you want to make sure that, as far as, especially in your relationships, if someone is being inconsistent, it's like they might tell me they love me and miss me, but their actions show me otherwise. It's like, boom, red flag on play. Like, you can really, you know, if a friend says, hey, I love everything that you do, but they're not supporting anything, but they're talking a good goddamn game, but you don't see them sharing not a goddamn thing or helping you elevate, motivate you, support you, really, like, with their actions, red flag on the play. Like, you see what I'm going with this? Like, especially with your relationship. So in this season, don't be surprised or shocked to see you or other people breaking up, whether it's a friendship, whether it's, you know, a situationship, a marriage, or even, you know, like I said, like just even as friends, like you might migrate off into your own group or somewhere else. You know, you might not be interested in whatever it is that you want to carry out with these people, or with that person that you so-called, you guys were all in love and it was fine just a week ago, and now y'all ain't doing nothing, y'all ain't talking about nothing, ain't nothing going on, it's just turmoil, you know. So you have to be you have to be ready. Don't be surprised, because this is a lot of unpredictable kind of an energy, which is that Uranus energy right there. So during this season, Gemini season, clear, concise communication. Mercury, right? If you don't mess with somebody, you ain't feeling them, let the ass know and just move. Keep it trucking along. Hey, it's not really, it's nothing personal, just business. Y'all over here talking about this now. I gotta go focus on things that I kind of want to carry out right now. So I'm gonna catch y'all. I'm gonna come back out. You never know, right? So keep it positive. Okay, keep it positive, keep it moving, but just let people know this is how you're moving and this is what you want to go and this is where you want to go after. Hey guys, I'm gonna take a break. I'm not gonna show up, every Friday anymore. I'm just gonna go. I gotta go write a book, or I gotta go focus on my endeavors right now. And then you'll meet new people because you want to talk about whatever it is that you want to carry out, and you'll attract those kinds of people that are kind of doing the same thing. So here you go, meet a new group of people, and then you guys can come together and create. And then later on, when you have the time and energy after you've achieved a goal of yours, then there goes that look back energy, which is when a planet could be possibly retrograding. You look back and see, they still, what type of time are they on, checking the temperature. You might either go back, and see what they got going on, or you're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna keep moving. They're still in the same space. Be aware of those people that are in the same place doing nothing. They got nothing going for themselves, because they might not be able to help you elevate after you've already pushed your goddamn self up. You don't want to come back down, right? It doesn't make any sense. You're just going to go backwards, or, go through another cycle of unwanted events. It's just, you don't want to be in a hamster wheel. You want to be upward and onward. So make sure you have clear, concise communication. Let people know what you want to do. Don't beat around the bush. Friends, I don't think dating you right now is, working out for me. I have too much on my plate. I don't have enough time and energy to give to you and treat you the way that you should be treated at this time. I'm just going to go ahead and work on my endeavors. We can be friends though. We can be cool and do little pop-up check-ins, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then because I got stuff to do, and I feel bad for neglecting you or not talking to you or giving you what you need. Boom, easy, clear, concise communication. You're not leaving someone lingering. You're not having someone hang on a string. You're not trying to make them your puppet. You're not trying to make them guess and wonder, to try and research, and because all that stuff will fall under like, oh, I can't trust them, or ooh, they doing something. It's just, it creates all kinds of circumstances for yourself that you don't even want to deal with. It's just you have other stuff to focus on right now. So bringing that clear, concise communication, that way you don't have any misunderstandings that happen to you. You'll be able to fluctuate. Okay, Geminis can fluctuate real easy during this energy. Okay, so this can really, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, Geminis, remember, their past life, they were gossipers and talk about superficial things. That can be you. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want to end up doing that? Okay? Or do you want to be a person that establishes longevity and have deeper emotional bonds and connections with people that are going towards the same places as you or something similar and going upward and onward? You choose. What kind of villain do you want to be in your movie, or hero? You know what I'm saying? It's your movie. You figure it out. As far as like our financial forecast, as far as money, you have to be, Geminis are adaptable, right? So if something is not working, you figure out how to make it work. If you already have something going on, figure out how to tweak it. That's being adaptable, having that adaptable nature. If something is difficult or sticky kind of a situation, you got to find yourself get out of it. Like, for example, if you know that you're not working as much, they're cutting the hours, they have all these, digital stands now where people can order the food, and so they don't need the employees as much. So you have less hours, and figure out how to and you're trying to get more money. Well, now okay, maybe I won't buy or go out to eat as much, or go shopping and overindulge in that area, because I need my little chump change, my little points to do the things that I want to carry out and do. You have to be more strict on your finances now, you know what I'm saying? Or just cut back on a couple of things and start planning a new budget for yourself during Gemini season. It's just little things like that. I'm just trying to relate it to real life so you guys can understand, the energy that's being influenced in Gemini season. So fluctuations with income are happening. You know, they have a lot of, we have Uranus and Taurus, and Pluto's retrograde, but it's in Aquarius. So we all know that the economy and things of that nature are changing. You've seen the announcements about banks, digital coins, crypto, X, Y, and Z. So this is a grand time to really think of, you know, making better financial decisions for yourself so that you won't be stuck in a rut when something hits the fan or something gets revealed or announced to us, right? So be consistent, not inconsistent, okay? So that you can build stability for yourself. It's really important to be very cautious and careful during this time, especially when it comes to your finances, before making any major investments or decisions at this time. Because we got a lot of transits, a lot of aspects going on. And I would not want you guys to be in a jacked up situation. Let's talk about Moon in Cancer. We all know Cancer is a water energy. So while the Sun's in Gemini, and then we've got Cancer in this emotional state, it's going to move to Leo, which is a fire energy. But while it's in the water energy, some of you guys probably been, you know, your emotions have been heightened. You've probably been feeling a little bit more emotional as far as being more aware of what needs to be nurtured right now. Remember, Cancer is all about nurturing your home, excuse me, and your family, things of that nature, just feeling nurtured. So it might be time for you. You might have woke up one morning when the moon had first moved in Cancer and was like, oh, I feel different. Like something feels like, it feels yummy. It feels like love. I think that's like Cancer energy. So what do you want to love on, or who do you want to love on? I would always say revert to yourself first. Love on yourself first, right? So that way you can feel comfortable and you can have the emotional intelligence to know what's going on. You know, nurture who you care about. You know, the things that you value, nurturing those things. You know, because we're all in a search for wanting to build stability and feel secure within our personal lives and our relationships, right? So I like having the moon in Cancer during this time because it kind of allows you to have a little bit more empathy for people, and for yourself. You know, sometimes we can talk to ourselves so harsh. We're not perfect, but sometimes we can have those moments, right? Where we're just so pissed off, we want to poke somebody's eyeballs out in the whole nine, right? But some people can stay in that energy for way too long, and then that's when the devil likes to come out and play. So, like, feel it, deal with it, let it out, release it, and then boom, bam, on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? That's how we can really also gain a little bit more compassion. Some of us know how to stabilize and maintain our emotional, that's what I call it, emotional stability, right? We know how to do that, and some people don't. For the ones that do, this is like a good time to have a little bit more compassion for other people with the moon in Cancer, you know, especially when you know that someone is really desiring to just be listened to. You know, sometimes someone just needs an ear, you know what I mean? And just say, hey, you know, I see that you weren't feeling that great. I just want to call you and check on you because I have space. Okay? Make sure you do have space though, and make sure you are in a higher octave, and you know what I'm saying, you don't have your own shit going on, because then that can just really play out a little messy there. Okay? And it'll just be a whole dumping grounds of trash, and there's no solution. So you got to be careful of that energy as well. But in contrast, like I said, with the sun in Gemini and having moon in Cancer, this can be having an intellectual, stimulating kind of conversation with your friend. You know, if you see your friend that's down in the dumps and, you know, they're not feeling too great, or maybe they are and they're just kind of like, like, you know what, I'm just trying to feel better. I just want to be happy. And then you come with this sun in Gemini energy and you're social butterfly and you know how to converse and talk a good game and get them out of whatever hell they're in for the moment. You know what I'm saying? You see how that kind of works? Or get your own self out of the goddamn hell. Explore new things and switch your goddamn perspective on something, or someone else's perspective on something. You know, go learn something, go read a book, you know. So I like this energy here, having like lively conversations with people, and speak life, not death. I'm gonna say it again. Speak life, not death is the name of the game during Gemini season. Okay. please be careful of the people that are just always so down. Ain't nobody got no time for that, you know? So, and also how you speak to yourself. Like, if I catch you and you're just so down, I would expect you to catch me too. Like I said, we all have our moments. We're not perfect. You know, we all feel something when we go through a certain experience, right? So, you know, that's why we got to help one another out in that sense if we have the space to do it. So with this combination of energy during this time, it can be a very harmonious blend of energy, and we can all kind of come together in a sense to build a deeper connection, a deeper bond, whether that's you figuring out yourself and diving in a little bit deeper and loving on yourself more, vibrating on the highest frequency of love, doing things out of love, unconditional love. That's where we're trying to go, right? And you can also, in the midst of that, whatever relationships or energies that you're talking to, whether you have kids, family, a loved one, whatever, or even at work, because you live there most of your time or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, knowing how to intellectually, doing things out of intellect, you know that saying where they like say curiosity kind of killed the cat, but the cat has 9 lives, you know? So getting deep, get real deep here. You can get real deep for the collective. But, you know, right now with Moon in Cancer, it's Sun in Gemini. It's kind of, think of it as, for lack of better words, emotional stimulation. Okay? I need to be emotionally stimulated right now. You know what I mean? Some people might just need a hug. Some people might just need a smile. Oh, hey, you look nice. I like them threads on you. Where you get that? Where you get them at? Ooh, them shades is fly. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You never know. That can go a long way for someone's day. You just threw a little, you know, a little sprinkle, and now you made their whole goddamn day. Like they feel so good now and they had a jacked up morning. You just never know. And that's this energy right here, Gemini season. Okay, so, having those heartfelt conversations with people, you know, coming to gaining a sense of clarity. You know, they always say like misery likes company. So you, like I said, you don't want to be two people that are just both miserable together and then you guys don't create nothing or you don't do anything. I'm not talking about that. It's really like when you guys both feel something, but yet you guys can both get each other out of it, like figuring things out, so that you can blossom and bloom and come into the cocoon butterfly kind of a stage, you know, phoenix rising from the ashes kind of an energy, and having those heartfelt conversations. Also to expressing your emotions to people that you love. So some people might be coming around the block this season talking about, you know what, I actually care about you. Like I'm so in love with you, or I just love the way you do X, Y, and Z, or I like when whatever. You know what I mean? Whether this is job related or whether this is in your personal relationships, friendships, whatever ship you're sailing, even from your kids, you know what I'm saying? So you might even hear those loving things. So make sure you embrace them and appreciate that and don't take that for granted and give people their flowers while they're still here. Give yourself your own goddamn flowers too. But like, you know what, man, last week was terrible, but I got out of it. Like, woo, we here now. I'm looking good, smelling good, feeling good, skin glowing, you know what I'm saying? Like talk to yourself nice too. You know, appreciate your small wins too. If you ain't got nobody to cheer you on, give you praise and recognition and rewards for the things that you've been carrying out and the you know, the bumps and the hurdles that you've been getting through. Make sure you talk to yourself in a way where it's like you're encouraging your own goddamn self to get up out of bed and to do things and to still, you know, have fun with life and just live life and appreciate everything that you have and walk in gratitude, you know. It's no fun when people are sitting there depressed, they ain't got no one going on, they got no one to turn to. Sometimes I feel like that, you know, we can all kind of feel like I'm not the only one, where we can kind of feel alone in a world where we always have to be the ones to pick ourselves back up. It can be a lot when you're just the only one, like one man band kind of an energy. That's why I said this is social interaction kind of an energy. This is the time to kind of get to know people, utilize this Gemini energy and converse with other people. That way you won't feel alone. You'll have those people that know when you're not in when you're in a jacked up energy, and they know how to jack you back up and pick you back up and uplift you. Like, yeah, you don't look like yourself. You haven't been, where you been at? What's going on? What's going on with you? You know, what's happening? You know, this will allow you to kind of participate in the energy so you can, you know, have those, that you can have that support group of people, you know, get to know people. So you might have to be a person that's your personal journey to open up. You know, you've been so closed off for a while. This is the opportunity to really participate in this Gemini energy, to have the conversations, check on people, call them, send a text, a GIF, emoji, whatever. Go out in the sun. Go to that, you know, have that coffee date. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, go somewhere together. Just take a drive down the street. Hey, I remember like back in the day, I missed this kind of an energy where a dear friend of mine, oh my God, we were like friends our whole lives. And we would be the people that would just be on the phone, like just to hear each other breathe, or be like, hey, I'm about to run this store. You want to come through? All right, cool. Like, even though just going to Target or just going to down the street, it would be a whole movie scene. Like, from the pickup to the drop off, it'd be like, okay, picking up, you know, smoke a blunt in the car together, slap some music, you know, have a whole show in the car. We get out, we, you know, converse about whatever, shop for whatever couple of items, lollygag, take a long time doing it, whatever, you know, while we're in the midst of the movie. And then we get back in the car, you know, might even make another couple pit stops, and then all right, I'm tapping with you later. All right, I'll see you, you know, I'll call you up or whatever, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It might be later on, next couple of hours, or it might be the next day, but in that present moment during that film of that episode, it was lit. You know what I mean? This is that energy, no matter how you can do it. You know, my love language is like, I don't know about you, but, you know, spending quality time. You know, actually getting to know people and not just looking at them as a paycheck, and really genuinely wanting to bond with people and have those connections with them for, you know, even if it's just for a season, but, you know, because some people are just here for a season, or to bring, you know, to be here for as a lifelong partner, or, you know what I'm saying, lifelong friend or whatever, you know. That's one thing for me. Like, usually I like to, you know, I thrive doing things alone, but I know that I need a team. I need help in certain areas of life. That way I can kind of free up space or free up my mind. Or I like to get out, you know, and actually go in those rooms where people are intellectually stimulating my mind, so I can learn something, so I can stay a student, and that'll kind of open me up to go within and utilize my discernment to figure out what's fake, what's real, what I believe, you know, to build upon all of that. You know what I'm saying? So this is that energy, guys. Explore different viewpoints and ideas and see where people are coming from. You never know what can come out of this. It might set you up real nice, you know? Like, for example, if you're someone that you want to own land one day, right? And all of a sudden you're tapping into your endeavors and what you got going on, and then you find more people that are doing the kind of same thing that you're into, and then one day you'll meet somebody that like teaches you how to, I don't know, like own land, you know, own properties, and you're talking about real estate, and now we met somebody else and all you guys put money in on owning a big piece of land. Like, this is like real life too. Like, I know a group of people that actually did that. They came together and bought some land. So now they have like their own nurse. They have a person that does gardening. They have like a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own skill set, and they're all going to contribute and live on this land together. Real life shit. I'm not even lying. I didn't make that up. Like, that's real shit. So this is what this can lead you to. And so that way, that's, you know, something, whatever it is that you value and your endeavors that you have going on, other people have things that they value as well. No one is taking from anybody's cup. They're not taking away from anybody's energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all one hand washes the other, the equilibrium there. So I really like that. Super dope Gemini season. Let's tap into the aspects now, you guys. You guys don't forget to thumbs up the videos you're watching. Have the videos circulate and percolate. All right. Let's check up the charts. So if you watched yesterday's video, I probably already mentioned some, but if you didn't, this is new to you. Because I do see some same aspects I did talk about yesterday. So like I said, looking at this week, you guys, oh my God. I don't want to scare you or anything, but we do have a lot of squares. A lot. And remember, you know, just think of squares as just obstacles, okay, that we need to kind of overcome. There could be some disruptions. There could be a couple of challenges. There could be things that could be hindering us from getting things done. There could be some conflicts that arise. You know, we can feel limited in certain areas of life. You know, whether it's the events that are playing out and the experiences that we're having, or it's with the people, okay, that are surrounding us in that time on on what can be affected. So I always say it's an opportunity to grow, to strengthen those areas of our life so that we can expand, you know, and go beyond, you know, these goddamn limitations that they put on us, or the limitations you put on your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Jump out the shoebox. So this can really inspire us to really activate the strength that we have and to build our character, or aka avatar. Okay, if you're a person like me that's very ambitious and very determined to overcome this, like if something happens, like when with something I don't like, or a situation that, because sometimes things are fated, things just kind of happen, and you can look at the charts for that, or your own natal, or whatever. Certain events are fated, pretty much. You know what I mean? So you can really, if you know how to work with the energy and overcome these obstacles and limitations, you can feel a lot better about these tower moments that you could be having, you know, or that you're experiencing in life. You're not going to look at it as like doomsday, it's the end of the world. You're going to be like more solution based. You're going to be more like calm, cool, collective about it. You might be mad or upset in the moment, of course, but you'll be able to get out of it, having like that survival tactic kind of activated, and get the hell out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? And turn it around for yourself. So it just depends on the kind of person that you are, or the person that you're trying to be, you know, so that you won't look at life as a limit. You won't look at every tower moment as, oh my God, woe is me, and when am I going to have a breakthrough? I had bad luck. No, it's just how you're perceiving the energy. Everything's all perception at the end of the day, and how you react to it. So how are you going to react to it? How are you going to respond to it? Okay. Check out that Mars and Leo video. But anyways, so as far as the aspects, guys, with these squares that are chilling on, so kind of pay attention. I do want to mention this beautiful sextile that we have here. We have the Sun sextile in Mars, okay? Like I said, Mars is in Leo, Sun's in Gemini, kind of an energy. So that's really that inspiring energy. Into a new season, it's going to really inspire you, okay? Remember, the Sun is bringing on that joy, a lot of energy. Air's like, it's kind of like air, like flighty in a sense. So it's like, just think of it kind of flowing with the wind in a sense, allowing you to kind of enjoy collabing with someone, or celebrating yourself, or exploring new ideas and opportunities, and, you know, like just enjoying the atmosphere of everything around you and all the individuals. That way you guys can all shine together. Just kind of think of it like that. You know, if you have like a significant pursuit or goal that you want to tap into and you want to achieve, then here goes the other person, the same thing. They, you know, they're on the pursuit. What's that movie? Pursuit of Happiness. If you guys are on this pursuit of happiness together, right? It's like you guys, a meeting of the minds, really coming together and making some good shit, like cooking some things up. Now, a heavy square that I do have to mention is we do have Mars, which is in Leo. Mars is squaring up with Jupiter, planet of expansion. And Jupiter, we all know, is in Taurus. I did a video on that. Check that out. This is like the energy playing out kind of all week, okay? We can be a little bit impulsive. People can over exaggerate during this energy. People can feel like they're so entitled to everything. You know, especially when we're in the mode right now of taking risks and trying to create a better life for ourselves and trying to carry out certain endeavors, we can do a little bit too much. We can take on too much, or kind of miss the ball on certain things. This can result in a lot of conflicts, you know, being super impulsive, because we're so gung-ho and so excited, and we want change, and we want more money, or we want to have, you know, we want this and that, all these things, want. People can be in that and create some unrealistic expectations for themselves, okay? Tempers can flare. you got to be really careful, because when people, that Jupiter energy is like, think of it, a Jupiter is like expanding the rubber band, right? It can really illuminate some things that are going on. And Mars being the planet of action, it's like I said, it can cause some ruckus. You might burn out, you know, in the midst of all of this and not have any energy to even give a goddamn flying fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I've got one fuck to give, you know, like, or I'm looking for one. Where is it at? You know, it could be that kind of an energy. So make sure you're making the right decisions. It's just an energy to be aware of. With all these squares that are playing out. We also have the North Node in Taurus right now, which is squaring up with Mars, which is in Leo, right? So remember, squares are obstacles that we try and overcome. It's a fight, it's having a conflict, it's having a battle, duking it up. You know, so in the North Node, as far as collectively, this is the energy that we're supposed to be operating in so that we can grow, and set a new path for ourselves, right? The unknown, where we, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. That's North Node energy, but we're going through it. And then you got to think Mars is, you know, a planet of action and having all this energy and vitality. If it's squaring up, it's kind of like doing the opposite of what we need to be doing with North Node. Think of it as a kind of a roadblock in a sense. So there's a clash there. You know, we're supposed to be going in North Node, and then here goes Mars. Nope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I want to take action, but I'm stopped. There's a fork in the road, you know, I got a flat tire, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, there's something that stops you. You know what I'm saying? A bird just flew in front of my car. I ran over an animal. Oh my God, I can't move. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking of anything that can just really kind of stop you in the midst of taking action. That's a clash. There could be tension there. So whether it's a person, place, or a thing, that's stopping you from growth, right? Stopping all of us. You know, we're trying to gain the stability, right? So that's like, you know, someone having a job and it getting ripped right away from you. Now that extra money that you're using to pay all your bills and not just your daily living activities, but maybe you're investing into your business or investing in crypto or something like that. Now it's kind of like just gone. You don't have that extra money anymore. So now you got to think of other endeavors. And walk into unknown territory again, North Node energy, right? So, you know, and Mars likes to be super assertive and just headstrong, and so it's like trying to find that balance. Okay, I can't have a freak out moment. Something better is going to come. When one door closes, another one opens. Okay, let me assert myself. Let me take action and figure out, let me put some resumes out there, or let me, you know, turn one of my hobbies and monetize it. Like, let me figure out something. Let me sell certain things in my house right now and offer up so I can make a little bit of change, you know what I mean, and pay off a couple of things, whatever it is for you, however you go about it. But this is what I'm helping you so that you can feel fulfilled in your personal pursuit of happiness, right? And express yourself in a way where you're not being an energy vampire, you're not taking from anybody else, you're not being a negative Nancy or pessimistic Paul. You're really trying to be practical. You're trying to bring in the stability. That's the Taurus energy that North Node is in. You're trying to be very practical, do things that make sense so that you can bring on the stability for yourself. And you're not trying to bring anybody down or, you know, rip off their fruits from their tree in a nasty way. You know what I mean? Because, you know, think of the opposite of that Mars unhealed energy. Okay? So you don't want to manifest more conflicts for yourself. To carry out your desires. So you have to be careful with that square right there, because some people can really, you know, use and abuse the people that are around them. They don't care just to get the things that they want, which kind of sucks. And then now both people are probably going to struggle because of that. You know what I mean? So think of the big picture if you can in certain instances in that case, so that you can grow. That just AKA do more shadow work. So that's why my cup, be a goal digger. You know what I mean? Not a gold digger. If you get it, you get it. Let's switch it up. Those are the only aspects I kind of want to bring up. Just know there's a lot of squares, a lot of challenging energy, but you know, You can overcome them if you play with the, if you, like I'm presenting to you the energy and what to look out for. So know how to alchemize your situation to get out of it, and have the planets work for you. Okay. We're going to do each zodiac sign, you guys, on how this will affect you. And then, what time is it? Yeah, I'll have enough room to do like a collective spread for each sign. Like I'll pull a card. But let's do all the zodiac signs, everything. Don't forget to be time stamped there where you can refer back to it. So let's tap in. We're going to start off with Aries. Aries, I feel like you're going to get, you're going to free up some space in your computer drive up here. You're going to have a lot more mental energy, Aries, like to finally carry out the things that you want to do. Like, let's say, for example, you know, in the previous season that we were in, you were so in your head, you had so many ideas, things that you wanted to get out. By this time, if you've been playing with the energy, you have cleared space for yourself. You have cleared space in your mind, per se. Now you know exactly what the things that you want to say as far as to a loved one that you haven't been able to say. You're like, you know what, I love you, I miss you, I want to be with you. You know, as far as your endeavors and your creative things that you want to carry out, you probably now are like, okay, you have clarity now. I want to talk to this person. I want to learn from this person. I'm going to create this for myself. It's like you're clear on that. So this is giving you that clear energy. Now you're able to come out and interact with other people. Okay, this is how you can participate in Gemini season. Now you admitted how you felt to that person. Now you can talk to them now and maybe have a conversation because you guys weren't talking, or they blocked you, or you blocked them, or whatever the hell, you know. I feel like this is really gonna, for Aries, it's like a gaining a sense of clarity. It's like now everything's kind of in the archives. You have these new open file folders to retain new information and to meet new people and have new connections and do new things, because we just had a new moon, right? So exploring those new ideas, engaging in whatever it is that you want to tap into on a daily basis, okay? I feel like for Taurus, Taurus energy, Taurus, you might be feeling on that other side of the Gemini, but feeling like so restless. Oh, I can't look at that. Like you might be feeling a little bit restless. It's like, this looks like a person that wants to know something, but they might not know how to do it. Remember, we have a lot of planets in Taurus right now. Like I said, we have the North Node in Taurus. We have Jupiter just moved into Taurus. Mercury's in Taurus. So at one point we had 6 planets, right? So you probably been feeling like, oh my God, like I just kind of want to only pursue things where like you want to like tap into. So this looks like not really having those surface level conversations that you used to have with your friends. Now you really don't talk to them that much anymore, but you want to talk to the friends that actually have something going for themselves, the friends that are building something. So you want to be intellectually stimulated, which is the Gemini season kind of an energy. So you might even tap into things that you may want to learn. This looks like you reading, being more in an observant kind of an energy. So you might be seeking to listen more, to gain more knowledge, okay, to really just find ways to converse with people in a more effective way. But you also want to make it fun for yourself too. Hey Steve, what up? So just finding balance, you know, like I said, you might have been like going out all the time, and now you feel comfortable and relaxed just sitting in your own bed with a cup of joe, with your dog and your cat, and you're just watching videos and just getting stimulated. You know what I mean? Like that's probably like your happy place, and you're okay with that, and you're fine with it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it, you know, it'll allow you, it's like you're retaining everything kind of like a sponge, and this is where you'll be able to adapt your own energy. And this is where you know how to participate. Like, for example, I don't know, let's say your friends that are building something. Now you're kind of interested. Maybe I should start something. How did they do it? And then you're like picking your brain about it, being a little bit inquisitive, but being more on the watching side of it or learning about it. being more of a listener, active listener, right? And then when you get the energy, you're going to be able to come out and just be like, boom, bam, pow. Okay, I know how to do something. They taught me, but can you kind of remind me just a little bit? Because I kind of want to do what you're doing now. Like, you're going to have the stamina to really carry out something. And whatever that is in your life, whatever aspect that you want to pertain that to, as far as bringing in stable and comfortable environment for yourself, you know, whether it's for your own personal pursuits, you know what I mean? And Gemini, this is your season. We're aligning with your own sign. Need I say more? I did a whole spiel in the beginning of the video. You know, you're just gonna get like a boost of energy. You may get a little bit more curious. You might be like, So for you, you might be observing certain things in your life right now, whether it's friendships, people at work, your kids, your love life. You might be very curious to either tap into certain things or trying to like, it's kind of like someone kind of putting a watch together. I don't know why I just thought of it. Like someone's like, I don't know why I grabbed paper either. It's like someone creating a watch, you know, finding out why people tick the way that they do, you know. It's like you want people to, you're in the intellectual side because this is your season. So you're kind of looking at people like, why are they doing it like this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you're really studying that and it's putting a focus on it with like a magnifying lens. You're able to really see what is really playing out to the fine-tuned details of it all. Because now that you're in your energy, you're at home, it's your season, you'll be able to see that, okay? Remember, Geminis are very intellectual. So you're going to feel more like yourself. Now it's like, oh shit, you're going to be able to recognize, you know, those times where you were kind of down and out and there were people to lift you up. And so now you're looking at it like, oh snap, now you're on the other side of that. You're going to be in the energy to be able to lift people up. If they're feeling down and out, you're going to be like, oh, that doesn't look too great. You know what? Or you might leave the ass alone. You know, one of the two. You know what I mean? You know, more opportunities for you to really express yourself. You know, you might now have come out of your cocoon or your shell and you want to network now. You want to meet new goddamn people, or you want to, you know, find new love, new romance, whatever it is for you. You really want to tap into the things that you kind of left alone for a second, maybe because you're observing, you know, outside of the glass, looking in. And now you're in an energy where you can do that, and now you can act on it. Okay, and then this will bring on, you know, new experiences. You're gonna maybe engage in some new activities now, whether it's for yourself as far as building your stability and building a foundation, or, you know, to have a little bit more fun and excitement. I'm a Taurus sun with a natal Venus in Gemini. Ooh, and I feel like a million. Only in this economy, millions not enough, right? Yeah, I like it. My Venus is in Aquarius, so both air sign energy. I get it. So that's that mental stimulation kind of an energy. Like, so as far as 7th house, whatever sign is in your 7th house as far as relationships, right? It's the characteristics of that specific sign that you want to look for in people. So let's use me. So my 7th house is in Cancer. So people that have the Cancer energy as far as being like emotional, very nurturing, value home, family life, things of that nature. That's what the qualities that I would need to look for when I'm dating, or, you know, when I want to have long life friendships and people. Those are the qualities that I need to be looking for. And gravitate towards. And then once I'm locked in and loaded and I'm tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to these people or this person, whether it's a love relationship or a friendship, okay, they got me now. Boom. Now my walls are down and I can actually be vulnerable with them and be myself. And that's when I tap into the love language of the Venus and Aquarius energy. Now they can see that side. Now I want to look for that within that person. Can they mentally stimulate me? I know they grab me that way, but can they mentally stimulate me? And then that's that energy that I want to work out. You see how like you got to play with kind of, it's kind of like having a tree of light, like tree of fruit, or, you know, a bird with the wings open. And what feather are you going to pick from? What fruit are you going to pick from here? And then that way you can kind of put it on a plate and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do that. And that's how a lot of people look for, if my Venus is Aquarius, that's like saying, go look for an Aquarius, go look for someone that, is an Aquarius. No, that's totally the wrong way to do it. You got to look for 7th house of relationships, the energy, the zodiac energy, and that's there, or the ruling planet, I should say, or the ruling planet of that energy. And then when you guys are, equal playing field, you guys want the same things, whatever, then shine the light on that part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then really that's when you deepen it and you can be like, oh, okay, I can really live with them now. I can move in. We can get married. I can have a kid with this person and get extra serious now and really lock it in. You got to have the whole apple and orange to the thing. Oh, Cancer's in your 11th house. No, I was just bringing like 7th house. Find out what sign is in your 7th house. Not specifically just the word Cancer. How about a loving friendship? Yeah, so like I said, figure out, 5 is romantic partners. Love per se is more 7th house energy. 8 can also be, it's more intimate connections. And then 11th house is more like your social networks and friend groups. So figure out what zodiac sign is in those houses for whatever you're trying to look towards or gain from other people, or the certain types of people that you want to have. Harness and see if they hold that energy in there. And then, especially if you want to go into a love relationship or have someone, for the long haul, to see if they correlate with your Venus energy, because Venus is love and relationships as well, right? That's the ruling planet of love and relationships, Venus. And that's the sign, that's the energy that stimulates you. I feel I've gotten it figured out. I just like looking at you. You're so funny. Anyway, Steve, so moving on, we're going to go to Cancer. Cancer. For you, I feel like for Gemini season for Cancer, this is definitely going to really encourage you to converse about the things that you're feeling. Okay, as far as your emotions, like if you really miss somebody and you really love them or you really value them, this would be the perfect time to let them know. Because as you're elevating, especially I think a couple of Cancer readings I did, as far as like maybe depending on your rising sign, it's a lot of like Leoic, 10th house public image kind of an energy. So if you're on a mission of like rising in life right now, in a sense, like life can be moving so fast for you at a successful rate, right, towards your success and your endeavors, and then you can kind of forget about the people, that actually had your back and that really, really like true, honest appreciation, love, and support for you. You can kind of be a blind eye to that because everything's moving so fast. So this would be a perfect time to really be open about those things towards those people and really embrace expressing that to them. And also embracing, if you're able to have intellectual conversations with people, those might be the rooms or the conversations or where you want to spend a little bit more of your time and energy into a room where you can be intellectually stimulated during this time. That's what you're going to be needing right now. As far as you got to reach out to your friends and connect with your loved ones and the people that are really down for you, and that have shown that to you, so that you can kind of open up and be more open arms and accepting of that. That's what this season's really going to bring you. So you're going to be tested in that area. Really let them know how you feel. Now's the time. Even if it's, whether it's bad or good. Whether it's bad or good, okay? And I really feel you. Leo, 12th house, North Node. Sometimes senseless banter reigns supreme. Hey, sometimes we need senseless banter. Sometimes we need, the superficial conversations to help us kind of get through time, you know, at work or doing an activity that we don't really like to do. Sometimes those kind of help speed up time, or you know what I mean, like not allow us to think about what's going on. So I totally agree. So Leo, Gemini season, this is definitely going to spark a little bit of creative juices for you. You might want to find out how to add some extra seasoning to what you got going on. So this is going to be a grand energy for you to bust out anything that you've always wanted to do, tap into that bucket list, you know, and get started with expressing yourself, okay? And if you already are in that energy, like if you're Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you've already been creating and doing your own endeavors. You could be a person that is teaching other people, or not teaching, but like you could influence other people to kind of do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe share your ideas, you know, share your talents with other people. And that way, oh, Leo's doing that? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to go and bust out. So let's say, for example, you know, if you are someone that does, like Leo, let's say you're, I don't know, like this roller skater, like you love roller skating. It was a hobby, now you actually do it, and you're so good at it now because you've been doing it for years. Now you're a coach, you're a mentor to teach a leisurely pleasure for someone to bring out their inner child. It helps healing for, I don't know, to do something fun and bust out their inner child, and that's their activity. They want to learn how to roller skate, so now you do coaching classes and coaching sessions, and you also make money with doing it, you know, and it's just a hobby to you, because you probably have your own business, or maybe you work for somebody else. So you can really, in this energy, Gemini season for Leos, you guys can really inspire people, whether you're Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You can really get very social and engage in new activities with people, build new connections in that way, you know, just by based off of doing things you already love. And if you're already shining in that area, or if you need, maybe you're not like at the stature you want to be yet, you can, you know, be in cahoots and get, let people know what it is that you have going on and what you're looking for and what you need. And you guys can kind of come together and do that Three of Pentacles energy and work together, where people can bring your vision to life. Put you on a platform, kind of push you up there and actually want to do it. You know what I mean? And not looking for, not having any expectations, or, you know, that's an energy if you know how to play it right, right? So Steve, you're so funny. Virgo, Gemini season, definitely, I feel like you're gonna be intellectually stimulated based off of like, what are the things that what are you curious about? What do you want to know? What do you want to tap into? This can be real deep, because you can go like real spiritual, like on the inside, as far as like really going deep on that aspect. Or you can, you know, like gathering information that way internally or externally, as far as, you know, and when you get all this information, you can be able to communicate it to other people. Virgos, you know, you like to put your own spin on things and put your own finesse on something. Virgos, you love to break shit down and build it right back up and put your own little, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You can put your own little, you know what I mean, into something and then coin it as your own. I need lip gloss. That's that kind of energy for you. So you can bring clarity amongst your comrades and family members, and even to yourself. Like, it's like you're gonna probably dive deep as far as certain information that you learn. Let's say you're all into esoteric information, metaphysics, and things of that nature, and you know, you figure out your X, Y, and Z, did a past life regression reading, and now you're tapped into all the mythology of it all, and you're breaking it down, you're really figuring out, this is my superpower, this is what I can do, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, now that you know that, you're clear on who you are, you're clear on your mission, you're clear on what you should be putting your time and energy into. Is everything, are you in alignment? You know what I'm saying? So Yeah. Let's go into Libra season. I mean, Libra. Lovely looking lip gloss. Thanks. So Libra, this is going to definitely boost your social interactions. Okay. So you might be a social butterfly like the Libras normally are anyways. Libras love talking to people and they be like, what's your social security number? Did you get your period this month? Are you having kids? Where's your husband now? You know, like Libras be hell inquisitive. They be feeling like a whole investigator and shit like that. Like you in court. Like, all right. Can I call my attorney? No. So you might really, you know, don't be mean to your Libra friends because that's just their nature. They ask 1,001 questions. So there might be feel really engaged during this season to network too, you know what I mean, and get to know people. And you know, let's say for example you always had someone really nice at work and they always invited you places, you never went, you said no, and now you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna take off Saturday so I can go to your party. You know, you might do something like that so that you can have that new connection and figure out who this person is. And that way Libras like to balance the scales. You can, you know, you work a lot, so now you can have a little bit of fun, and then there's that balance that you have. Taking care of your needs and also being there for your friends, family, loved ones, and so on. Scorpio, during this season, Gemini season, Scorpio, I feel like this is going to allow you to really think and also feel too, but really thinking about like the emotions that you're dishing out, really filtering through like on an emotional level, like on a deep level, like I feel like you're just going to reflect on a lot of things, a lot of people, places, and things that are around you right now. Okay, knowing what's good for you, what's not, because you guys are very intense, and so you might kind of sit back and think of the people that you actually want to engage in. Think of really who do you want to put your time and energy into as far as to see if it's going to help you with your pursuits and your goals. You know, the days are over when you are just talking about mundane surface level things. You kind of now, hopefully you would be that Scorpio right now that wants to go dive a little bit deeper and pick people's brains and really, I mean, you love doing that anyways, but you're doing it in a way where it's helping both of you guys. It's not one-sided. And if you are on the one-sided energy, you got to be careful, because Scorpios, you can come across as that, even though you may not mean to. It's just your nature, but you have to share a little bit too. So reflecting, seeking that out, but also dishing it out during Gemini season. Sag during Gemini season, you're just going to be thirsty for even more goddamn knowledge on an intellectual level, and you already are philosophical. What's the word? Philosophical. So I feel like this is going to be right up your alley. You're going to actually maybe even run into those people, and you're going to be so excited to actually hear people that have substance, that know what the hell they're talking about. They can understand what you're talking about. You ain't got to dumb yourself down, and then they can come to you, and you guys can, like, it's like a kumbaya, hooray, you know what I mean, kind of a moment, and like, yeah. So I like this because now you're going to maybe challenge yourself, you know, or challenge other people as far as maybe, I don't know, let's say you tapped into like the psychology of the mind, and now you want to move into like all the organs in the body. It's like you might find a new subject to tap into during Gemini season, something new to learn, and then engage in a meaningful conversation and be intellectually stimulated by that and gain new people. Mentally speaking, like just really expanding your mind in a sense. So you're going to love this energy for Sag. Oh God, for Sagittarius. Y'all gonna really love the Capricorn. Capricorn. This is gonna, during Gemini season, it's really gonna force you to focus on conversing, kind of letting it out. Like, you have no problem with letting people have it when they deserve it, but as far as your personal feelings. Like you can talk about anybody else and everybody else and what they have going on, whatever you see, whatever you're observing. But when it comes to you, you like to be in the closet about it. You really don't like to tell everybody. So this is going to really force you to effectively communicate how you're feeling about someone right then and there, whether they're a friendship or a loving partnership. That way it can be beneficial for you in the long run in some form or fashion. It's gotta be, because you're Earth sign, you're Capricorn, like, it's gotta help you out in your professional life somewhere. You know, this looks like, let's say you have like a business going, you know, or you're at work or whatever. It's just, you know, talking to people that you're always talking to, but letting them know, hey, you guys, I've noticed a couple of things that's going on in the room. I have to divide it up. Okay, I'm gonna have one night we're gonna do this, and another night we're gonna do that, and so now, boom, bam, pow, you're still able to make your money and your bread, and be professional about it, and you let them know right then and there the changes that are gonna arise, and everyone's cool, kumbaya about it, and everybody's gonna go about their way and still participate. At work, same thing. Well, you're gonna tell your supervisor, hey, John, you know, when I'm with Sally and them, you know, they don't really get things done, and I kind of just want to come here and, you know, get things done. That way my time can go by a lot faster, and it doesn't feel like a dreadful 10 hours. Versus, can you put me with Rick and Harry? Even though they're men, I can still do the job. You know, I got the skills to do it. I want to get things done. You know what I mean? Like letting them know, you know what I mean? And playing it out and being professional about it. So whether this is for your personal life or, you know, any external connections, okay? This would be a good time then, once you're in that comfortable state, that mind state, woo, okay, now that I told them that, all right, boom, here comes the new ideas. Here goes, oh, you know what? You found out about somebody else. Maybe you can collab with somebody, make some more goddamn money. You know what I mean? Like really align with other people in some form or fashion that's going to help you out during Gemini season. But you got to be in the heat of the moment. You got to kind of let them know like what's up, okay? So Aquarius. So Aquarius, oh, you know why I'm talking about Aquarius? Because this is going to be you're going to love this too. Aquarius, you love intellectual stimulation. So you feel like Gemini season is woohoo. Like this is it's kind of like you're going to be able to explore a lot more. This is your energy. So I feel like there's going to be a spark with all my aqua babies to be a little bit more innovative when it comes to their daily pursuits and goals and things that they have going on. You know, you're going to feel so inspired to engage with other people that are doing the same thing as you, learning something. So Aquariuses, Geminis, and Libras, you guys might just attract one another during this time and be on that same energy. Maybe even a Sag too, or someone that has a lot of air in their chart. You might attract those people because you guys are going to both be wanting to mentally stimulate one another. Any air, heavy air people, airheaded, just think of airheads. Yeah, you're going to be, you know, comrading with all the other airheads. Like literally, that way you guys can kind of be able to express your ideas freely and not judge one another and get shit done. You know what I mean? That's just the name of the game right now for during Gemini season. Like-minded people, the like-minded conversations. They're not calling you weird, Aquarius, like normally people would, or they're not faulting you for being super sarcastic, and they know not to take anything you say too serious when you're doing that, and they know that you mean well and you want to help people, yada yada, whatever. And you want to stretch your limits, and you know, here goes Gemini. Yeah, Gemini's more mutable, right? Of the three signs. Here goes Libra. I don't know. And then Gemini's like, you do this, Libra. So it just kind of, you might just, you know, that's what you're looking for. So anybody that has the air-headed qualities, we're gonna call it that now. It's funny. In their chart, heavy air in their chart that can intellectually stimulate you, oh, you're gonna feel so right at home. And you guys, this is how like minds come together and really create some shit. So you might gain some new business partners out of this, or some long-term friendships out of it. That way you can build on your stability and the things that you value, amongst other people that value the same things that you do. And you guys can really come together with some shit. This is a real, like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all play this energy, it's going to be real good. Pisces, reciprocal engagements. Thank you. Like icing on a cake. That will add Lividity. Yes, my twin sons are Libra airheads. Oh, nice. That's nuts. So Pisces, you're gonna feel a balance between, you know, the two fish. One side of Pisces wants to be really dreamy and, oh, you know, like you guys probably watch me on my channel. You know when I'm like just awe of nature when I'm looking out the goddamn window. And then here I go dropping knowledge real quick on the intellectual side of things, you know? So you're going to be playing out both fish in that aspect. One's going to be dreamy, one's going to be intellectual. Now here's the deal. You know, you might find yourself being super creative, so make sure that you're not in a state where you're just so like in la but you're not bringing it down and being realistic about it, okay? So you might be engaging, you know, into a lot of spiritual conversations. That's what's going to be intriguing to you. That's how you are going to feel mentally stimulated. Someone that, you know, when you are in the dreamy state, they'll recognize it, and y'all can talk about stars, moons, and quasars. You're just gonna love that. It's gonna rock your rainbow socks. And then the other person to where they can, you know, you wanna, you know, come down, when you come down from Fantasy Island, and then here you go, you wanna be intellectually stimulated and learn some more information, then you have those people for that, and you're gonna look to that. And then combining the energy together is gonna allow you to be practical if you can do that. If you have the power to know the energy that you're operating in. Okay, so that's that. They think they're smart as fuck. Wow. You know, I feel like I'm always a student. I don't think anything. I don't think about, like, literally when things come to my mind, it's in and out. Like, I don't spend too much time soaking on shit. Like, I really don't. I really don't. Because I have the Aries moon to kind of level me out and be like, Tisha, hello. Like, take action on whatever you just thought about and put it into reality. Hello. Like, that's the yin and yang for me. And then I'm a Cap rising, so I'll know how to materialize it too. Anyways, so let's pull a card. Why not? We've got time. Let's pull some energy. Let's do it. Really are such a blessing, Vixen. Oh, thanks, Steve. Period. I like my sign. I know how to, now that I've mastered knowing how to play, like, because I've been tapping into astrology for years now. There's still more to learn. You know what I mean? I don't claim to be an expert about it, but I totally understand myself way more than I used to. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else, for the most part. And this is, I know how to have the planets work for me, I'll tell you that. And I'm still learning. I'm still a student. I literally don't claim, I don't like titles. I don't like to title myself as anything. There are people who always ask, what do you do? And I just kind of say the actions of what I do. I don't like to say, I'm an astrologer, I'm a tarot card reader, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like to give myself those titles. But some people like titles. I just don't. You know what I mean? I'm a person that pretty much a catalyst for, you know, bringing out all of your deep, darkest fears and putting it into the forefront while giving you unconditional love and not letting you see that this is a fear and you end up conquering it in the midst of me just listening to you as I can heal you through just listening and carrying out your endeavors. Like, I'm real smooth with that. You know what I mean? What do you call that? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck a title. Screw a title. Titles suck because it's like, if I don't like being, it puts you in a box. I'm just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. I'm gonna be who I be. All right, guys. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do collective energy. Hey, claim your mastery. No harm there. I am Father. If God. Labels are for cans. Thank you. I don't like to label myself. It's weird. It's weird because then I'm putting myself in a category or a box, and that's not me. I am a lot of many different things. I do many different things. Like, that's why I hate that saying when they say you can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Shit. I think we're all supposed to be here to learn how to do a multitude of things. If you can't, you only can do just one thing. Really think about that. You only can do one thing. Really, that sounds stupid. Like, it doesn't even sound right. The hell? Whoever made that doesn't make no goddamn sense. Anyways. Let's kind of cleanse the air here. Give me a moment. You know what I'm saying? We are to become the all with one. I just feel like we're supposed to, that's the whole thing of North Node. You don't know you can do something until you actually try it, right? It's walking in the unknown, and then boom. Like, I know how to fix a tire now. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to create my own food. I don't know, like, there's so many things I can name that I know how to do, but you wouldn't know unless I told you. Or sometimes I even forget the things that I know how to do, and like a friend will like talk about a situation they're going through, and I'm like, oh yeah, you just do da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, damn, I'm so geeky, I forgot I can even do that. Like, that's not even my passion, because I don't spend my time, or I don't value that enough to put all my time and energy into those things. This is what I put most of my time and energy into. Like, because it's me. I don't know how else to explain it. But I know I have in the background a whole resume of skill sets. All right, collective energy. What are we here to see? What do we need to know? What do we need to focus on? Whether it's for this week or Gemini season, let it be clear. What do we need to see? What do we need to know? I love this deck. I'm like obsessed with this deck. All right. We need to know that we need to make sure that we're clear about things that we say, okay, about how we feel. We need to have the emotional intelligence. When we're in Gemini season, it's very intellectual, right? Like, Geminis, Aquariuses, and Libra can come across as very detached. Now, for some of us, we may need to detach from our feelings in order to carry out certain things. Some of us may need to do that, depending on if you know yourself, and you know, that's like that saying where, you know, if you're a nurse, they say, don't emotionally get attached to your patients. And I used to do that. So I know I can get attached to something emotionally. But remember, we're supposed to, this was years ago when I was a CNA. But we're supposed to, you know, not be attached to anything, right? So as far as carrying out our duties, responsibilities, and obligations, maybe it's time to, you know, have the emotional intelligence to utilize it when we need to. Not saying not to have empathy or not care about your emotions at all and be emotionless, if that's even a goddamn word. But you might need to be more in the cerebral kind of an energy, okay? You just got to do it. And that's Libra energy. Being very decisive, okay? Don't be indecisive. Because if you operate with, you know, let's say, for example, if you do put your emotions into everything, and that's that King of Chalices is the Scorpio energy, the water side of that, right? So you want to play the opposite. So if you are all up in your emotions, you're really thinking about it, you're really diving deep, and you have the emotional intelligence and everything like that, and you're just like, ooh, right? At a time where we need to be focusing on our stability and carrying out the things that we value, and you know, making sure we feel good, and not be so, how do I say this? We just can't lose sight of the mission and things that we want to carry out. I'm not saying be like this robot, militant, always action-oriented kind of a person, what I'm saying is you don't want to make decisions based off of your deep ass emotions, Scorpio energy. You want to be on the Libra side of that and find a nice balance. Because the King of Chalices fell in reverse. So we may need to kind of like, you know what? Make those mental decisions in Gemini. We're in the air energy. It only makes sense. Be the Libra of that and balance the scales. We might be we need to be cerebral when we're making those tough decisions that are coming up. Because remember, we got Pluto in Aquarius. And for 20 years, I know it's going to go in and out of Capricorn, but pay attention to how Pluto's transiting in that. And that's the only planet that really, out of all, I know we got all these other planets doing a lot of things and moving around a lot and everything, but 20-year span there, come on. Like, really pay attention, right? It's an air sign too. That way you can make sure you make things happen for yourself. That's why they always say a lot of people buy things because of retail therapy. They do a lot of emotional shopping. How do people get you to buy the things that they want you to buy? They tap into your emotions. It's a tactic that they use. You know, they tap into your emotions or a feeling that you could be feeling and assume that you're feeling that emotion, and they get you to buy their product or service, period. That's like the oldest trick in the book as far as marketing goes, right? So we can't do that. We got to be able to see through the bullshit, right? To make sure it is something that we need to be purchasing or engaging in and things of that nature when it comes to our endeavors, okay? We also have to recognize that money may be fluctuating for us, okay? However we look at money, whatever's focused on keeping things, focus on grounding, right? Making sure we're grounding ourselves. We're doing our due diligence, we're researching, we're taking our time, we're being inquisitive, we're asking questions, we're getting out there so that we can learn more about what's going on, what we're trying to tap into as far as gaining, you know, the financial stability that we're looking for, so we can have the freedom, so that we can have more experiences, so that we can just have more choices, right? Ace of Pentacles energy. So tapping into the new, letting go of the old, because it's in reverse. So tapping into the old energy. Let me show you, these cards are so beautiful. So letting go of the old ways of doing things, the old structures, your old way of making money, it's stagnant, stuck and stiff. You need to think of a new way to make money, new investments, you know, really calculating that and writing things down and getting it together, okay? Some of us don't want to end certain cycles, so we need to kind of get out of that. You got to close something out here. Some of us are trying, some of us could be repeating the same thing. Why? Because we're not open to, we don't want to let go of a person, place, or a thing. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to make sure that we do that so we can close that out and start something new, because having 10 of Chalices in reverse, it's like, if it's the opposite way, you have completed something. If it's the other way, it's like you don't want to change or you don't want to complete something. You want to. Some of you guys might see things play out again. It's just a different person in a different environment, but the same situation. So you got to kind of be careful of that, because Pluto will rock you to sleep. Pluto is retrograde right now. This is Pluto energy and Pisces energy here with the 10 of Chalices, right? So that's what it has here. So get your head out of the clouds as far as, you know, being so, you can be in your imagination, but you don't want to live there, I should say. Take a vacation, bring those ideas back, calm down, close things out, start something new. New money, new faces, new places, new everything. We literally just had a new moon. Plant new seeds. Be open to it, okay? Also, too, you don't want to be in the energy of talking too much or like giving out too much and not filling up your own cup first. Remember, fill your own chalice up first, and then when it starts to overflow, that's when you can pour into other people. You have the space, you have the time, you have the energy. That's how you can have a visual of how to look at that, okay? Because Pluto is, it's time to transform and change and grow and evolve. That's Pluto energy. So now that it's retrograding back, it's forcing you to kind of go within and think about that shit, okay? It's setting us up real nice for when it comes out, it's going to go into Capricorn, which is an earth energy. So make sure whatever it is that you have up here, like, all right, I went inside. Okay, it's time to come outside. Time to bring it out. Time to bring it down and then materialize it. Ace of Pentacles, right? Really think about that, okay? So Make sure that any ideas that do come to you or any messages, some of you guys might not be listening to those messages, Page of Swords in reverse. You might not be paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, and you might just be like, oh, whatever. You know, this is a good time during Gemini season to do the opposite. Participate in those conversations. Pay attention to how people are reacting and whatever they're saying. You might learn something. You might, you know, be taught something. You might see things in another way where you're like, you know what? Ding, light bulb. Now I know how to move in my business, or now I know how to do X, Y, and Z. And things might start to flow for you. You got to be open to these things. You can't just block, you know, this is like a blocked kind of an energy. You know, you got to kind of, I don't want to say go with the flow, but ride the current of that, of what season that we're in. It's really encouraging us to do that. So if you're not participating in this air energy, you could be missing out on a whole lot, you know? So get out there, have those conversations, talk to people, utilize your throat chakra, start thinking and cultivating new things, or tapping in, okay? Because if you block yourself away from, you know, these experiences or people telling you, hey, come here, you know, you actually getting invited to that baby shower or barbecue, you might have met somebody that tapped into whatever it is that you got going on, or might have more knowledge or skill sets of something that you're trying to pursue right now, and you guys can actually come together and have a whole interaction. And now you guys are like longtime buddies now, and now they, I don't know, they like do something for you in your business, or you do something for them, whatever it is. And if you didn't go or show up or be open, and you know, that would have never happened if you blocked it. This is like blocking energy, or not seeing, or not receiving the message, or not being open to it. So we got to kind of, it's reminding us to, hey, we're in Gemini season. You got to participate, have those meaningful conversations, get intellectually stimulated. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can have the tree with all the fruits, and, you know, the birds flying around with all their beautiful feathers, and you can, you know, when the feathers fall and the fruits fall, you know what I'm saying? It can look aesthetically pleasing, and you can gain some knowledge, and also you can eat real good, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just all kind of comes together. So, because Saturn's in Pisces right now, so you can bring those ideas to fruition. And this is Taurus energy, 7 of Pentacles. So, you know, bring on the stability, be practical, and materialize whatever it is that you had up here. An idea, it's like having the thought turns into the idea, and then you can take the action and materialize something. And then have King of Pentacles. Bam! Okay. More Taurian energy. We're, you know, we still have to be practical with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Those practical ideas. Having Mercury and Taurus in Gemini season, even though Mercury's a ruling planet of Gemini, actually really helps us with that. Okay, this is why we want to be intellectually stimulated about our pursuits, talking to people of substance that know something that we can learn from, yada yada, so that we can bring home the bacon at the end of the day, right? It's just really reiterating kind of already the energy. And this is just a nice friendly reminder. Thank you, thank you, Spirit, okay, for giving us a reminder here. I'm gonna push this to the side a little bit. That way we can kind of refer back to it. I'm gonna also pull some energy cards as well. I'm not gonna do individual signs today, guys, because I kind of already told you what to look out for individually. I can actually, you know what, I'll do the oracle. So I'll pull the Destiny Oracle. Amazon. All right. For the collective, what is the energy that we need to focus on? What is it that we need to see? What is the energy? Energy. This is the slowest Amazon guy I've ever seen. He walked out like he's just in slow motion. You know, normally they'd be like all fast and running to the door and dropping shit and just like they're in a marathon. He's like a snail Amazon driver. Like literally when he got out of the car, he was like in slow motion. So, we've got only one that was in reverse, so I'll talk about that in a moment. But So look at that. Once again, financial restraints. Okay. This is really making sure that we're spending our money or investing our money into things that's going to be building the foundation that we're looking for. 13 equals 4, right? 4 is a masculine number, taking action on building that, okay? Having the balance, knowing when it's time to kind of, you know, indulge just for the weekend or that vacation, and then reeling it back in, like not spending too much money out there and really putting it into whatever we need, our endeavors, you know what I'm saying, what we got going on. Having a nice balance with that. 4 is a balanced number. So making sure that we're paying attention to where our money is going, okay? And not on meaningless things. Now, I'm not saying that the designer stuff is a bad thing. Some name brand companies, depending on what you're buying as far as the material possessions, it's kind of more like quality, higher quality, but sometimes you're just paying for a name. Sometimes it's actual quality of the things that you're purchasing, right? That does matter, right? But it's not, you're not kind of overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like your money's going towards things that actually matter. Sometimes I struggle to find the words, guys, so kind of bear with me here. But you catch my drift. Appreciating the things in life now, what we have going on. This is what I was talking about earlier, giving yourself your own flowers. 15 equaling the number 6, right? Bringing the divine masculine, divine feminine energy kind of coming together. Making sure we're saying nice thoughts to ourselves, speaking to ourselves nice, okay? Don't tell me nice. I feel at times that I've forgotten more than most ever know. Settle down, and attorney can become an hour into an attorney. Right? So making sure we're giving people their flowers, giving ourselves our flowers. This is appreciating the small steps that we're taking, appreciating the things that people are doing for us as well, to helping us to create the life that we want to live, and contributing to that and supporting us and building us up and motivating us and whatever have you. And then you taking the steps and putting yourself on 10 toes and putting your crown back on. I wish you guys can see this guy, how slow he walks. So that's that, really putting energy and making sure you're telling yourself you're doing a good job. You know, you're taking care of your temple. You're not just so robotic in a machine. Like, you're also, you know, doing your self-care routines and really doing what feels good on a soul level, and making sure that, you know, you're just carrying out, you know, you're being responsible in all things, but you're also resting in the midst of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, just finding a nice balance and not being so like, oh my God, I gotta do something. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And like freaking out about it. Like, no, you know, you want to maintain and have that structure and that balance. Now, we do have the garden and the gate, okay? 30 equaling a number of 3. So you want to make sure that, you know, 3 also is the house number 3, is the ruling planet of, you know, Mercury, right? Of communication. So we need to make sure this came out in reverse. So literally what it's saying to me right now in this moment for Gemini season reading spread is like, don't be so closed off. Don't, you know, like I said, there's going to be some people that are introverted, especially now that we have Mars and Leo. You might, depending on how Mars is transiting in your houses, you might be a person that the spotlight is on you. You know what I'm saying? Now that we're in Gemini season and you're an introvert and you're like, it's like going to force you to kind of like get out there, talk to people, socialize. Like, you might not like people, but sometimes these people can get you to high places. They can get your things going, get your gears grinding. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. You know, don't close yourself off to everything and every person. You know, you're not going to go anywhere or get anywhere just by sitting in the house and doing everything alone. I mean, you can, you know, I'm not saying you can't do it, but, you know, you might be able to get somewhere, but it might not be long lasting. You know what I'm saying? So making sure that you're opening up to those new things and conversing with other people. 3, number of communication, kind of getting out there, right? Having a nice balance. And then we do also have a man holding a coin, knowing what you want to invest in, thinking about those things, doing your own due diligence, doing your own research. Hermit mode, 43 equals 7, masculine number. Once again, we're in the universal year of 7, so it's really like tapping in, going deep, like seeing, you know, as above, so below kind of energy, what esoteric coins are you doing out there? It's going to play out in a certain way in 3D. So you're going to be able to decipher, you know, are you just giving up your time and energy to anybody? You know, just letting people walk all over you, being passive aggressive, investing in anything and just like not really caring, because what that looks like up there is that you just like you're giving your money away, or you're allowing people to steal from you or take from you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's playing out down here. So you have to recognize you got to really go within and really think about certain things, and what are you putting your time and energy into. So man holding a coin, really thinking about the things that you want to invest in. Gemini energy, having those thoughts, having those conversations with people, asking those questions, right? We also have Mercury and Taurus. So it's allowing you to really have that intellectual stimulation and to figure out where it is that you want to build for yourself at this time. The coin energy, right? Holding on to it. Reserving your time and energy. Knowing that you are the bag. You are the bag, right? So sometimes that requires us to kind of go, we might need to tuck ourselves away for a moment. Excuse me. And, you know, sit back and learn something, or sit back and watch, or, you know, make sure our energy's straight before we participate in the world sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you might do that emotional spending. You might retail therapy, you might not think about it, you know what I'm saying? Or you might feel bad for a friend. They might be manipulating your energy like, well, I don't have money to go here. And you're like, I got you, I'll pay for you. And they could be draining your pockets. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really, like, there's so many scenarios I can come up with, but you have the strength, okay? You know, there is strength within all of this energy, but certain aspects that are playing out here that's giving you the strength to do it. Now, physically, if you have like health problems or things going on, there's ways that you can help yourself to still carry out your endeavors, okay? That's the nurturing side that you still need to, you can't be a goddamn robot. Like I said, know when to take rest, know when to recoup, re-energize. Kind of sometimes you know when you got to sit in the corner, and you know when you can come back out, okay? 5 is a number of creative energy with all these changes that are coming about. Change. So with all the changes that are happening, like I said, this week we're having a lot of squares, so a lot of conflicts and things of that nature, disruptions, yada yada, obstacles. We have the strength, you know, build the strength if you ain't got it, build the courage to really kind of like say what's on your mind, Gemini season, right? Like let it all hang out. So I'm going to do individual signs, guys, and give you a sacred destiny oracle specifically for you, okay? You can pertain to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Let me grab the wheel. That way we can kind of make sure Tisha doesn't forget what sign she's on. Well, been a slice. What? BBL? What you mean? I ain't got no BBL. Alright, so I'm going to do our Sacred Destiny Oracles. Ooh, uh-oh. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hold on. Do you hear the, Put a 1 if you can hear me. What up, Scat Pack? What you got going on? Put a 1 if you guys can hear me, because my thing just kind of went out. So yeah, let me shuffle these. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. So we're going to do the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is going to be for each of the signs, all the way from Aries to Pisces. I will timestamp them after the live video here. Ooh, you guys can pertain it to your big 3 or big 6. You know, to get maybe a couple things. You know, your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or you can pertain it to whatever you, however you know how to remix and alchemize your own energy. Okay? Or you can pertain to, like, let's say, for example, you have a question about, I don't know, the Mars transit or Jupiter or Pluto right now, and you have Aries in that placement, or Sag or Capricorn or something, and you might, you know, however you know how to alchemize your own charts, guys. Okay? Aries. Sun, moon, or rising. Voyage. Aries. So with Gemini season here, voyage. So this looks like either traveling internally or traveling externally, going on a trip. Kind of, you have the energy to travel through a different chakra right now during this time. So you might be utilizing your throat chakra. It's blue energy here. I don't know why, because that just kind of came to my mind. To start talking to other people, to go to new places and see new faces. Okay, voyage can mean anything for you. Like I said, literally traveling, like taking trips, or you have the urge to go on a new journey, or maybe you're in a new chapter of your life right now at this time that's going to emerge for you in a way that's going to allow you to get out of your shell. Kind of makes sense to your energy that we read earlier for the most part for Gemini season. Taurus. And it's like you're gonna be like, it's like having light baggage, like not having any baggage, like freeing up like all the gunk and junk, and like it's gonna be a light, you're in a light kind of an energy too. Taurus. Wonders. Ooh, I like this. Look at the crystal. So Taurus, you know, you're an earth energy. You might be like activating some grid, like crystal grids. You might be doing some energy work, energy healing work. You know, we do have here, as far as your intellectual stimulation during Gemini season, expanding your knowledge. So wonders kind of matches, because you're definitely going to be a person, maybe you're wondering about, you know, tapping into your spiritual side. You know, you see, what does 555 mean? I always see it, or 111 or 444. I don't know. You might be like tapping into more, what is the spiritual meaning of, you know, really just fine tuning in a sense. You might be curious in that nature, gaining more knowledge. As far as metaphysics, esoteric information, you know, you might tap into different charts, get different types of readings done, whether it's gene key, you know, things of that nature. Like really wondering about maybe tapping more into your magic and figuring out, what should I be doing? Like what should I be doing? You might be curious, or you might be a person that just, like I said, sitting back watching something and being stimulated in that way, that someone that has a type of knowledge that you want to be tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to right now at this time. It takes you to like another place, you know? What's good? Oh, I forgot you used to say that. That's funny. I just like thought about it. What's good? Gemini. Happy solar return to my gems. It's Gemini season. Ooh, look at that. Fulfillment. Look at that big old peach. You getting some ASS? So full moon out tonight. No. Gemini, so we're in your season. So need I say more? Fulfillment is here. You're going to do things that make you feel a little bit more fulfilling. So we all know that's, you know, you're in the curiosity stage of, you know what, I seen how they're playing things out. I'm going to go over here. I'm curious. I'm going to tap into my own magic over here, and I'm going to create this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to talk to this person and go here. And, you know, it's like you're finding more, whoa, what was that? You're finding more ways to be more fulfilled, and no people-pleasing energy. You don't care about what they got going on. It's really all about you. Okay, what you value, what you got going on. It's your season, it only makes sense, right? Or it's telling you to really focus on those things that make you feel fulfilled, the things that you value, what you like to do on a soul level. So you can, you know, create some fruit for your tree, right? Or if you've already, you know, been building on something, you're picking the fruits from your tree. You're like, yes, I planted some really good seeds, because you already were able to, you know how to work with the energies that have been playing out. So you're able to really enjoy life right now and like really do the damn thing during your season. Okay. Cancer. What time is it? Oh, not bad. Diligence. Woo! Cancer. So you could really have your head in the clouds on certain situations, and you feel good. Not saying like this is a bad energy, but you could be going to high places, flying, going different areas, really like everything could be happening quick, fast, in a hurry. Think of a bird energy, right? So you could be observing a lot or seeing a lot. You might not be speaking on it, like looking, I don't want to say looking down, but you could be in that energy of bing, bing, like let's say, for example, like I said, you could be operating, let's say a planet is transiting in your 10th house about career and money and finances. You can really make something grand happen for yourself, right? And so it's like in the midst of all that, things can be moving real fast, real quick with this bird energy. So you have to make sure you're doing your due diligence as far as the people that you're meeting. Are these people genuinely here for me? Or are they using me because I have money now? You see how that works? So you have to do your research. You have to utilize your discernment when dealing with other people, making sure you're reading all contracts and making sure you're, you're just using your discernment, doing your own due diligence so that you don't mess up what you got going on or what you've built for yourself. Okay. So someone doesn't mess up your image or whatever you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. You have to really pay attention to the people that are around you, or the actions that you're carrying out as well, and what you're attracting, and also the research that you're receiving or the knowledge that you're receiving during Gemini season. People can talk a good game, you know what I'm saying, and you might just, you might see you might have rose-colored glasses on. You might not even know that somebody just played you, and you're in a situation. So you got to really make sure these people are of substance and things of that nature, right? Leo. Leo. Leo needs to be picky and choosy. Those are the words that I heard. New beginnings. Love it. Leo, new beginnings. This really definitely matches, you tapping into being a little bit more creative, expressing yourself in a new way. So that creates what? A new beginning for you, a new experience, a new way of living, a new life, a new way of going about things, right? Because when you're creating something, number 8, infinite possibilities, new beginnings. Okay, so I like this for you. It's really saying focus on the new. Don't beat yourself up over the old. Don't maybe bring into the old people, places, old faces. Now it's time to engage with new people that have ideas and talents and gifts, just like how you want to carry out as well. This can also be like new beginnings, meaning some of you guys may have moved internally or externally, travel too, getting outside in the world, nature, grounding. Virgo. Virgo's got abundance and pleasure. Okay. Virgo's like, I'm feeling good. I'm flying high. Like I've been, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like just very disciplined and carrying out my duties, responsibilities, and obligations. And I've been really listening, and like everything is happening for me, not to me. It's here. I feel like you guys have been feeling this grand energy for a while now. It's like you're starting to really see things blossom for you. You're not a deer in headlights anymore. You kind of like, you can prance around now and look good and feel good. And I like this for you, Virgo. You've been in a grand energy for a while. We've been in a lot of earth energy, so it only kind of makes sense, and now you get to do things that make you feel good because you have probably the money to do so. You have more options now than the average person. So now you're able to really enjoy the fruits of your labor. I like it. You feel abundant in all aspects of life. If you're not that Virgo, well, then you know what you need to do, right? Or focus on that. What brings you pleasure instead of pleasing everybody else and trying to get everybody else on the up and up. Maybe it's time for you to focus on what feels good to you to bring abundance towards you instead of you dishing it out all the time or focusing on teaching other people and all the things. You might need to go within if you're not able to enjoy anything right now, right? Libra. Damn. Libra, we've got trust. I like this because either you're in a trusting energy and this is what makes you want to become a social butterfly right now and be out there and talk to people and talk their head off and be super inquisitive and ask 10 million goddamn questions, or it's telling you to Now it's time you need to open up during Gemini season, have those connections, and just trust people in the manner of like, have them all start at 100%. Start over. You know what I'm saying? They start at an A+. They're at 100% right now. And then you let that person, you know, show you otherwise. Use your own judgment of character as far as the people that are presenting to you, and not by just based off of what you heard about something. You play out the experience yourself when you're connecting with other people or conversing with other people during Gemini season. Okay? Because new moon energy here. Trust yourself, okay, in carrying out these endeavors. Trust your intuition. Don't be indecisive. Scorpio. Jeez. Scorpio, take risks. And this kind of goes with their energy as far as, you know, tapping into your emotions and reflecting, and, you know, the introspection kind of an energy. So taking your risk and getting out there and seeing, I like this because it's, you see the red in the ruler of Scorpio, Mars, kind of an energy. Mars is in Leo now. So taking those risks so you can fly high and feel free of whatever distractions or other people holding you back and holding you down, or even your own self holding you back and holding you down. It's just forcing you to really kind of make sure that you just feel like you can just, you know what I'm saying, like be open arms now. In Gemini season, you're kind of supposed to do that, right? You're supposed to be having those meaningful conversations. You might need to expand your mental in a way where, how do I say it? Like, you might need to talk to people now. You can't do everything on your own. You have to kind of like get out there and talk to people and converse with other people, because they might be able to help you whatever with what you got going on, so you can feel free like the bird and fly and travel and do what it is that you need to do and take action. So take those risks. Okay, you can't have PTSD from other connections and put it onto other people. Well, this person did me dirty, so I don't know about that. You know, you can't do that. You got to go into everything kind of like a new slate. That's why it's called a risk. If you don't take any risks, you're not going to be rewarded, because if you don't take action, you ain't going to get nothing, right? So this is all about doing something different, going about things in a different light, or else you're just going to look, you know, like the opposite energy, which you don't want to be right now. Like all to yourself and secretive and nobody knows what's going on, Scorpio. Like, you don't want to do that. It's time to get out, right? So you can feel free too. You don't want to put yourself in a cage. So you have to kind of embrace this Gemini season, and, you know, your intense nature, I'm pretty sure you can find those people where you can talk about stars, moons, and quasars, and, you know, be able to carry out your pursuits in life as well. I'm pretty sure you may have those people. Stick with those people instead of the people that are more on the surface level, superficial. They ain't got nothing going on. Leave them motherfuckers, you know, at the corner. Okay. Sag. Hey, what's up, T? You're a Scorpio? Be free and be at peace. We have Sag. How did I not know you were in a Scorpio? I gotta think about that for a minute. Hold on. Did I know that? Oh yeah, I did. Transformation. Sag, transformation. I think this is good because, Sag, you're all about learning something new. This is the Gemini season for you. Like, this is kind of feels like your avenue. Now you're going to be able to probably come across those people. You're not going to be the smartest person in a room. You actually might meet somebody that knows something and you want to tap into it. You're going to be like, yes, somebody that knows something that I can learn from finally. Like, you know, you don't have to dumb yourself down, and this is going to invoke a transformation as far as the context of the information that you're tapping into now. You might deepen that or broaden that, you know, change the subject. You used to be totally obsessed with learning about butterflies, and now you want to learn about, wait, how did the moth act? Like, let's go somewhere else. Like, I want to learn about something different. So transforming in that sense. So because, you know, think about it. If you stay the same, and they always say, if you're the smartest person in the room, then that's not the room for you to be in. So now that you can find other people and be amongst other people and have those intellectual stimulating conversations that you love to have, you're not the only one that does that. You're not the only one that knows the knowledge and the history about the building that you're sitting in right now. Like, other people do too. Now you can learn a few things, and this is the energy where you can grow and transform, right? It only makes sense. You can't grow in that other way. You can only grow that way, right? Capricorn. Nice to see you guys today. Capricorn, we have enlightened. Ooh, look at that. Dark going to the light. Protection. Look at the thunder. We also have thriving. So what this is saying for me during Gemini seasons, not everybody is going to be your cup of tea. You're not supposed to be entertaining everything that you hear. You're not supposed to be stimulating other people's conversations because they might not be of substance. So that's where the protection's coming in. You got to protect yourself from, you could be around people that ain't got nothing really going on. They ain't got nothing, they're just not electrifying you in the sense. They're not stimulating you. You could be the one that's the smartest person in the room. So that's not where you're going to thrive. You're going to thrive by kind of protecting yourself from that energy or getting away from it or whatever. And this is where you're going to thrive by getting out, having adventures, trying new things, exploring new options, becoming enlightened in your own way because your ships are here. So this looks like, to me, this is a lot of travel energy. Look at this boat or this ship, whatever you want to call it. So ships can be literally like your actual, you like traveling, planes, cars, whatever. Or this could just be literally like whatever ship you're sailing as far as relationships. Or also this could be the kind of ship, like esoterically speaking, of what you're sailing, you know, as far as like where you're traveling in your mind and your chakras, you know what I'm saying, internally. Okay. You may receive some information during this time. Something may be revealed to you. You may gain some clarity about people, places, and things that are around you. Aquarius. That way it'll allow you to sail whatever ship that's actually for you, so you can thrive and not be stuck, right? Aquarius, so we do have opportunity, okay? Like I said earlier, this is the airhead energy for you. You know, it's in an air sign where you can actually, this is going to give you the creative juices so that you can think outside of the box. You like being here in Gemini season. This ain't no thing but a chicken wing for you. So this is going to open up more opportunities for you, pretty much. I don't even really say, and this is that new moon kind of an energy right there too, to bring out new opportunities, new ways of doing things, new places, new faces, new ideas, all the things, okay? Pisces. Pisces, ooh, we got forgiveness. New moon energy too. Pisces is all about, you know, during this time, talk to yourself nice as far as maybe there's some old wounds or maybe there's some old experiences that you've gone through. You got to forgive yourself, and maybe the energies that are around you or the people that you're dealing with, it's like all about forgiving them. You'll never forget, but it's good to forgive. That way you can be free of the energy. See how the hands are kind of up? It's like waving the white flag, going from dark to the light, right? Or seeing both sides of a coin of something, right? You can always forgive, you know, and that's how you can operate in the highest frequency of love, unconditional love, okay? So maybe during this season, you might need to tell somebody, hey, I forgive you. I always love you. We just might not be in a relationship right now, but I always love you. I fuck with you the long way, but, you know, I gotta go here. You know what I'm saying? Like being brutally honest during Gemini season, letting somebody know that. So anyways, guys, that is your spread. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped, and turned on. I will now do the timestamps. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the bell. Thank you for everybody that was live with me. We got Steve, Scat, Pack, and T, and whoever else joined. If I missed you guys, I don't know. I only can see people that comment. So thanks for watching. If you weren't live and you watched this recorded video, come back all week. I'm going to be live as far as whenever the moon is shifting and whatever aspects changing, whatever planets that we got going on. So I will definitely see you on the next one. Love y'all. Peace.